You're watching this video because you're not here for our fire drill. We're going to be exiting the building, and we're going to see how we do. Here we go.
My lifesaver.
Okay, one thing to remember when you're exiting the building is that there are exit routes. We are right here in this little hallway. So the office will exit through the hallway, down the hallway, and then out to the outside. If you're anywhere in the warehouse, you'll be exiting this way out to this part of the building and then going around here to our evacuation meeting location. So even if you're in the loading dock, you go through mounting to the outside. If you're in the bathrooms in the warehouse, you'll go out through the wood shop to the outside. If you're in the middle of the warehouse, you go straight to this door and then outside. If you're in the lunchroom, that's considered the office. You'll be going down the hallway. This hallway is a fire-rated hallway, so it's very safe. If you're in the printing area, you would go out this side door and out to the evacuation area. If these are our local bathrooms here in the office area, you'd be going down the hallway. Those are some of the things to think about in the evacuation routes. When you're exiting the building, look for these exit signs up here. We're walking through the hallway like it's a fire drill, so we're going to go through this exit here and we'll go out to the parking lot. Let's say you're in the building and you see a fire. First thing you do is tell your supervisor, and then you start heading for the exits. If the alarm isn't on, you can turn the fire alarm on using one of these switches right here. They're at every exit in the building. And you just pull this down, and that'll make the fire alarm go off. Then get out of the building. And then we go out to the meeting area out there. Veronica, is everybody out of the building? Jesus. Jesus. Everybody out of the building. There you are. All right. Ramirez, everybody out of printing.
Well, not printing, pre-press, yes.
Pre-press?
Yeah.
How about printing? Ronaldo. Jaime, okay. All right, Tom's going to go shut it off. I'm going to take roll call. Okay, very good. Second thing is we've got 2 sign-up sheets. You only need to sign one, but we need you to sign in and just print your name, just that you are part of this drill. A couple things we did different this time, just so you know. I've had a couple supervisors bring fire extinguishers out. That's because if we need a fire extinguisher out here, it doesn't do much good in a burning building. So that's why we bring a couple out. Jesse actually brought the first aid kit if we need that. So those are just a couple things that we're doing different. Also, we powered down a couple of machines in printing. They powered down the printing. They didn't totally power it down, but they just shut off the mechanism. I assume, did we do that today?
Yeah.
We did do that. So you just hit those buttons and it just shuts off the mechanism. Also, Ciro is shutting down the welder, kind of what he does at night, just to power down a couple of the big machines that we have. In accounting, they took out some valuable information like disks for QuickBooks and some of our accounting, so we get it out of there. And then I'm not sure if IT, if James was going to take anything out of there. Obviously he's not here today. And then we also sweep the area. Veronica's sweeping the office area. Brian is sweeping pre-press. Ronaldo swept printing, and then Chris and Jesus and Ciro did the warehouse. And that's how we met out here. All right.
Did we hit the bathrooms?
I don't know. Did we hit bathrooms? Okay, we got to do that next time. All right. All right. One thing I was going to show was how to use a fire extinguisher. I'm not a trained guy to teach you how to do that, but
Bless you.
we have lots of fire extinguishers in our shop, and there's different types of fires. There's A fire, which is like wood and paper. B is chemicals. might be gas or oil, and C is electrical fires. But all of our fire extinguishers work on all of them. They're all rated for A, B, and C. Just so you know, you have to check the tag to make sure you're using the right one because they do everything. So if you're in the lunchroom and maybe one of the little toasters is burning up, you can grab a fire extinguisher. If you're in the wood shop and they're cutting some metal and a spark hits some sawdust, grab a fire extinguisher and it'll put out a small fire. So you know, these are for small fires. That would be considered maybe a small fire. But if it's up in the roof or the ceiling, it's time to get out. But I was just going to go over here and show you how one of these goes off. Not that you're trained to do it, but just so you can see it in case you're at home or your apartment or wherever you might be, and you see a fire, you can put it out with a fire extinguisher. So I'm going to grab mine over here.
Real quick, just so you know, your goal was 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And I looked at the video when you started making roll call, which would be about the end of the evacuation, and it was 2 minutes and 3 seconds.
Okay. We got at 2 minutes, 3 seconds. Good job. Join me over here. Okay, I'm going to pretend this is a fire, and I'm going to use this handy-dandy fire extinguisher. It might put out a little bit of dust, so just be prepared for that. So what you do with these things is you pull out the pin, like that. You grab the hose and you aim it, and then we're going to squeeze and then sweep at the bottom. So let's see what happens. I'm going to get a little...
How many feet?
Wait. 8 feet away.
How many feet?
I'm just getting a little... Okay, so it's working. So here we go.
From this side.
Put out this fire here.
Wow, that's great.
All right. These work for about 8 seconds. That's all you got in here. All right.
The fire's still burning.
It's out of control.
At that point, you go.
It's time to run. At some point, we'll maybe have a day where everybody can try these out, and we'll probably do it backwards. It's not such a mess. So one more thing I want to show you guys, in case of an emergency. How do we get this gate open if all the power's off? Let's go take a look. All right, so maybe we had an earthquake. All the power's out. Our gate is locked. So you see down here, it's got a little door with a little key. I have no idea where that key is, so you're just going to go like this. All right? And you see this little red handle here? It's got like a cable. You give it a pull, and then pull it up. Oh, there it is right there. And now Veronica, or Rick, can you open the gate? See how easy it is? Nice and easy. Now we can all get out, let the fire department in. All right. Nice graphic.
That's the best soap right there.
All right, so that's the end of today's exercise. Thank you, everybody. You did a good job. And keep up the good work. All right. Well done, man. Good job, man.